Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here in the Latin Nerds Network, ready to go over all the shows, documentaries, films released on streaming over the past week, give you our best recommendations or non-recommendations as the case may be, and of course at the end of the show, giving you 2 weeks of what's coming out on streaming so you too can create your very own watch list. Joining us as always is Senor Jaime, aka Chewy, what it is, what it was, what it shall be.
Colombia, Colombia.
That's what it is, I guess, and that's what it shall be.
That's what I hope it will be.
World Cup, Colombia advancing to the next round, the elimination rounds. Let's not forget the USA. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh God,
Of course,
stop.
play respectively on Monday and Tuesday. In the mortal words of Hulk Hogan, what you gonna do, Switzerland, when the national Colombian team runs wild on you, brother? That's what I'm talking about.
Do we want to be associated with Hulk Hogan, dude? Really?
Chosen the words, dude. Chosen the words.
All right. All right.
Just saying, dude. But yeah, Colombia. Next game on Tuesday for those 16 teams remaining.
Well, now 14 because two got eliminated yesterday, right?
Oh well, yeah. Starting, yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Or
16. Now it's
yeah,
14
yeah,
left. Yeah,
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
I think
14 after yesterday.
Colombia is one of those 14. Looking to be one of the 8 teams. We'll see. Very excited about that. There's a lot of games on to watch. Of course, not as many now. The teams are dwindling. So if your team's
Hmm.
still in it, good for you. If your teams are not in it, I hope your team's got a good flight home from where they played.
At least
Nice
first
long
class.
flight. First class maybe. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure about first class, but that said, yeah. So obviously we'll keep our fingers crossed and be hopeful for the next. I think this week there should be 2 games potentially.
Well,
Um,
Tuesday, and then if they win, then
Saturday.
yeah, Saturday
Saturday.
night. Yeah.
Right. If they right, correct.
Um, in Atlanta, I believe, or I don't know. It's okay. Well, like I said, I'm not looking ahead. This is get through
No,
Tuesday.
that's true. Listen, it's go Colombia and go Egypt. That's pretty much where the focus is at this point. Um,
Bring on Messi, dude. We gotta take their asses down. Enough of this shit, man.
this nothing wrong having an easier path. It is what it is.
Fucking churras. No, no. Like I said, easier path. There's no bonus points for taking the hardest path to get to the title. It doesn't
That's what I'm
matter.
saying. Nobody cares who you beat. It's
No.
at the end of this, the end result,
Who
right? So
wins?
if it's a little bit easier, whatever, right? No guarantee either way to get it, but it's just easier. I'm saying. But that said, in between a lot of these games, there are some things to watch, some things to avoid, and we'll get to that now. There's always something to watch. So that said, Drew, let's start with on Prime. We had Ellie. I keep saying Ellie, whatever. Of course, from the League of the Blonde universe, the world, of course,
Oh,
it's kind of a
L
prequel.
L
L,
L.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
Legally Blonde prequel, I guess, if you will.
I
This
never saw
fall,
Legally Blonde, so to me, this is no prequel.
no fresh, right? No prequel, so whatever. It could be fresh. I don't know, but it's a girl, comes of many means, who's high school exploits if you have to having to move. Of course, that's never an easy thing. Built as a comedy, of course, much like Legally Blonde with Reese Witherspoon. Chew your thoughts on this season 1, I guess.
Did you ever see Legally Blonde? Was that funny? I don't know. I mean, I've seen.
Legally Blonde, well, it was fun. I saw it. It wasn't
I know
wasn't
they made
my
a sequel, so I'm not sure
yeah.
but so whatever that weight carries, so it
It
wasn't
did
a bomb.
it did well. It did well.
Okay.
People liked it. It wasn't my kind of thing, to be honest with you. I remember it's been so long, so I'm gonna
I
think
know it
about
was a long
ages
time
ago.
ago, dude. Long
Whatever.
time
I
ago.
guess it was amusing. People, I know people liked it. It did. So whatever. It got a sequel for a reason.
Yeah.
Um,
This
that's
was
it. Too.
this is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Um, I mean, well, I'm not saying a lot, but I was expecting, boobage. Okay, one episode, I'm out. I'm hanging around for whatever reason. And maybe it's because of the era. Obviously, it was heavy into the, I guess it plays on a trope, maybe overly so, on the grunge scene of the '90s, right? This,
Right.
I mean, they really play into that trope for whatever reason. Um, and because but the main character being who she is, there's already a clear distinction. You don't think you have to go that far to paint everyone in the great Pacific Northwest with that brushstroke. That being said, right? I
Seattle,
get,
so
yeah, yeah. That being said, it's not terrible. I mean, it's I've been sitting through it. It has some heart. It has some moments. It's not high school. It's not YA. Thank God, because I thought that's what it was going to be, right? So it's not that, and for that reason, like I said, I don't know if I'm recommending it, but I'm still watching it. And I'm kind of semi enjoying it. It's not like I had to. Oh no, this is garbage. I'm out. But this is not like life. I couldn't stay out there. I couldn't watch the second episode of Life, man. I mean, and so definitely, I'm enjoying this more than I did with. And again, maybe I'm not a Curb Your Enthusiasm type of guy, right? Well, audience. Maybe that's has a lot to do with it. So yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, it's not bad.
What a ringing endorsement. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I
look,
know, I know, I know,
I
I get it.
premised it. I thought this was going to be garbage. I really thought this was going to be garbage. Right? I never saw the movie, and
You
it's
had a
not.
you had a low bar, so I get
Yes.
it. It's just it's not good. I mean, it wasn't for me. I gave it that first episode. I mean, yeah, not the worst thing I've seen. Right, this is not dog shit. It just wasn't very funny. I was looking for something a little bit more amusing, more clever. The '90s thing really hits because that's kind of more our era,
Yeah, especially
and
with
I'm more
with the music that they use, right?
right, right, and it's
Uh,
a little nostalgia. You get attached to it. I get it, but if you grew up much younger than we are, then you may not get the same feel out of this.
no,
Right,
no, definitely
you
not.
take that away. It's kind of a big part of the not setting part of the show, but a big part of the show why you kind of click onto it because it is cool. But
Mhm.
yeah, I just wasn't laughing. It was not funny. I didn't. It wasn't for me. Ultimately, this is a pass for me. You have to be a huge fan of the movie, I guess. Maybe if you have an attachment to that, because you're a fan of the movie, you probably saw it. You probably grew up in the '90s, so this might be up your alley because of the timeline that it's in. Right? Is that fair to say?
I think that's a
Yeah,
very fair
yeah,
assessment, right?
yeah.
Yes.
A new audience may not be into it as much ultimately, so it is what it is. Next up on Disney Plus, X Men '97 course. Marvel's successful run here. That season one was really good. Coming off pretty much kind of a sequel to the '90s, of course, animated show,
Mhm.
continuing that storyline from back then, which is great. Everybody knows the song, right? If you
Dun, dun, sorry.
it's funny just for that. No, it's continuing from season one, which is really good. What can you say here? Listen, it's excellent, right? 3 episodes dropping. Love the storyline, multiple storylines, funny, and it's actually really the first season of X Force. If you think about it,
That's right, man.
you
There
know,
you go. Hello.
it's cool. They changed one of the intros for X Force. Listen, if you're X Men, if you're into the lore, if you're into it, if you like season one, you like the '90s. I mean, I don't know what's not to like. To be honest with you, what can I say that hasn't already been said? Really enjoying it. Love that. Again, multiple timelines focusing on the past, apocalypse, and current times, and future and whatever. Really enjoying it. It's really good. It's compelling. Great writing. So I'm all in on this one. Yeah, I think everyone should be into. Chewy.
Man, this is excellent. I didn't think it could get better than season one. And it did, at least to the first 3 episodes. I mean, it's just, eh, you know, obviously you understand it's animation, right? So with animation, you can take shortcuts, do some jumps, even things
Of
you can't
course.
do with traditional a movie or a series show where you have to give a little more exposition. This one, it kind of relies on you to know some of the things, tries to tie the thing together, but it's just done so well, man. I mean, it's just it's go go go, and they tie all these stories together rather seamlessly, right? Where everything's connected, right? Even when you go back and watch the first season, it was all like one cohesive story, and they continued that with the original series. And there was some episodes that then they were just kind of, I don't know, to say filler, but they weren't really, they were just episodes, standalone little stories. Vignettes that part of the X Men unit, but that was the only connection. And here everything's kind of been tied together and give me a proper beginning, middle, and hopefully a great conclusion. But it is great. I like the Easter eggs that they plant through all the episodes. We got a little Thor cameo, a little Hulk cameo, right? Bringing in characters that weren't focused on the first iteration, and put them in the forefront, a la the X Force, right? We had seen some of the characters here and there, but I love that they completely gave me a new intro, and then this was an X Force episode. I'm like, this is so cool.
That was cool.
I was like, wow. I kind of hope like in the third episode they would have done. the X-Men versus Apocalypse, right? Because that was the name of the episode, right? Part one. But I was like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. They screwed that up, but whatever.
We'll get to it eventually.
but they use that as a lever to, okay, these are the characters going to be focused in this episode. That's pretty cool. So you got to kind of pay attention a little bit. It's not just an intro, just to have an intro and introduce what the show is, right? Or have some cool music. But I mean, it's just so good, man. And they pull from so many different uh storylines from the comics and things that have happened. For example, in the last season with the Wolverine losing his adamantium, and that was a big storyline back in the '90s. That was in the comics. That was pretty cool, and obviously they see him now be more feral. So I was like, okay, so they continue all of that. There's stakes. Obviously losing Gambit last season, I should say. That's a big deal, right? That was one of the major characters, and so they've lost many characters, and so there's something behind it. There's some weight behind it, not just, like I said, it's not GI Joe, Transformers.
Hey, nothing wrong with
Yeah, as much
Transformers,
as I
God
love
damn
those
it.
shows back then, but
GI
it's a different
Joe,
time
come
now,
on
right?
now. Oh,
Yeah.
I get it. This actually, I don't know if is it a one. I know they dropped 3 episodes. It's not three a week. Is it three and then
No,
one?
no, no, no. They just dropped three because
Okay.
I don't know. I don't honestly don't know why. Because these were all because obviously I think they left off season one, split up the team essentially at three different timelines. So I think they had to touch on all three just to kind of set
Oh,
the table. That's the only explanation, right? Because they started that we went to the future, went to the past, and the X-Force was the present timeline.
right.
So I think I think that's why they did it. And now you continue single episodes weekly. So
Makes sense. Oh, we look forward to it again on Wednesday, Disney Plus. Really good stuff, man. On Netflix, we have the third installment of Elona Holmes. Of course, Elona Holmes, who is the younger sister of the legendary Sherlock Holmes, played by Henry Cavill. She gets into her adventures. She's having her detective prowess, much like her brother does. This one is picking up, well, not picking up, I guess, taking place sometime after the second one. I guess now she's about to get married.
mhm.
Things go awry. Sherlock goes missing, and now she's on the hunt to find who it was. And yeah, Drew, your thoughts on the third installment here of this kind of very popular Netflix film series?
um, yeah, I guess so. I mean, they've obviously greenlit three movies,
Yeah,
maybe more.
yeah, something like that.
Um, Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. I mean, we got more Superman this time around than the first two movies.
Yeah, that's true. We got more Henry
I mean,
Cavill.
a whole lot more. So
Yeah,
obviously they up the payroll a little bit and said, okay, we need you one just a little flash cameo here and there,
that's true. Hey,
right?
he's got to
Uh,
eat.
what was that?
He's got to eat.
Oh
He's
well,
got to be
wow,
getting that money.
he's sitting fine, dude. He's got the Highlander, dude. Come on.
That's true.
Um,
Very true.
and Warhammer actually also one of those. Yeah, we were Warhammer 40,000, whatever that is.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm a fan of the Sherlock Holmes stories, right? And this kind of brings a little bit of fresh take, not just focus on him, but focusing on her sister, which I'm not sure if that was even in the books. Honestly, I never read them or anything. It wasn't any other movie, so I guess so like maybe an original take on the Sherlock Holmes genre, right? The 18th century, early 19th century mystery, right? So yeah, I mean, what can I say? It's more the same, right? Just advancing the story to as they progress and evolve.
Yeah, it's fine. It's in line with the other ones. None of them, I don't think I've ever been like, oh my god, must watch film. You gotta watch it, but they're fun and entertaining, right? Kind of, I said middle of the road, maybe doing an injustice to it, but fun, and entertaining for quadrant film, right? Particularly releasing in July 4th weekend and all that makes sense. It's enjoyable. It's fun. I like Millie Bobby Brown. It's great. I'm a big Henry Cavill fan. It's a decent story. I don't think it's as good as the
I
last
love the
couple.
Watson character. We've seen him in
Watson, yeah, he's on a lot of different things.
yeah, he was in Inception. No, sorry,
What was that?
Tenet.
Tenet.
And but before that, he was also in that Beatles movie.
Yesterday.
He was made. Yeah, yes, love
Yeah,
that movie. Great movie,
that's a
man. It
very
was
good
great.
movie. Yeah, very good movie. So yeah, he's really good. It's a fun, entertaining ride. You know, it's not very deep. It's not supposed to be. Just be entertaining. Watching her try to solve the mystery. That's what it gives you, right? No big deal. A little bit too long, but whatever. Fair enough. Still enjoyable. Still recommend. If you're a fan of the first two, there's no reason not to watch the third one. At the end of the day. Last one here. I know we're excited about this, and you should be excited about this. Apple Plus Giving us the first episode in season 3 of Silo. Of course, a sci-fi series. Rebecca Ferguson in this one. Common in this one. Some other notable names in there. I forgot he's no longer in third season, but he was in the first season. I forgot the
Oh,
big
you're
guy.
talking about the
Tim
former mayor.
Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins.
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Spoiler, whatever. Season 3, listen, a show we're excited about, post-apocalyptic kind of show. It's underground world, silo, people living there, 10,000 people. There's a lot of mystery there. There's why they're there, how it happened. It's about over a couple hundred years since this originally developed or whatever.
I think we finally got a time frame. I think
A
now we're
time frame,
about
yeah.
300. I think
Is it about
I
300?
don't
Okay.
recall they mentioned anything in season 1, season 2. It's how long they've been there, but I think in this episode, there was a mention of about 300 years. Someone mentioned it, okay, in one of the conversations. And so now we have a baseline. Okay, how much in the past we're going in with these flashbacks? At
Right.
least, yeah.
Exactly. Because this whole season will be focusing on not just the current timeline where we're at, but also how this whole thing originated. Right. I'm sure it sheds some light as far as to why the things happen the way they're happening now. So, first episode, Chuya, how did it start off for you?
Oh man, I love this show. I mean, like I said, Apple has done a great job of adapting, genre, sci-fi genre IP, and made it in such a entertaining and great way, right? And this season just continues. The first two seasons. It's they layer the mystery, right? They we saw where it left off, and now we're now 3 months later,
3 months. Yeah.
we're trying to find out, and we still don't know what the hell happened. What's true and what's not true, right? We get a certain version, then at the end we find out, nope, that wasn't what actually happened, and the lies, and ultimately what is the mechanism behind why it is a big piece, right? Why the secrecy, why keeping all this information, why continue to perpetuate and control, and it's a means of control, right, for whatever reason. And so we get that the AI, I'll call it AI,
It's AI. Yeah.
yeah,
There's
I guess, right.
an AI element. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, to it, as far as what decisions they're making, and as to why, and what's the bigger picture about that, right? There's just some characters we haven't seen that disappeared from last season. Hopefully they come back,
Yeah, I was
right?
wondering about that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because the guy who went down to the tunnel, right, and we didn't see him. He didn't. Well, I don't think we died, but they can't find him. So, and obviously the other silo was not part of this episode yet, or this season, but I'm sure it's going to come into play because
Of course.
I suspect, no, this is not spoiler, but it's just common sense. She's going to get her memories back one way or another, right? And that's how you progress the story. But but given us now, now greater emphasis in the flashback, or at the beginning, the true beginning, right? And now we get more information about dirty bomb and Iran, and attack that failed, and it failed spectacularly. I mean, that was some funky weaponry and stuff
Yeah.
going on. I was like, whoa, what is this, man? And so definitely, like, edge of your seat, want to know what's going on, what's happening next, and then see how it keeps developing the story to get us to that ultimate conclusion.
Yeah, and I love. I echo everything you said. I love how they're telling the story in terms of when they're showing us they're going back to the past, our time, not past and their time, but kind of it's not just. I thought maybe like one episode, which they still might do, but one episode focusing on the past and one current, back and
And
forth,
that's
kind of.
that's what I thought. And then no,
Yeah.
they're kind of splicing that discussion from they started, and then splicing with kind of like with I guess contemporary to the story,
Right.
and not just saying, okay, here's a flashback episode, now let's move forward. No, it's not. Now it's
Right.
gonna be two timelines, kind of moving along, and
Yeah.
then kind of explaining how one feeds into the other.
Every other scene happened to be the one from their, I say, origin timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting. It's funny because it's such a jarring thing, not in a bad way, because they used to seeing the show just kind of dark underground. That's where they're at now, out in the world, right? In current times, it's weird to see that in this show because we haven't seen that before. But it's really well done. It's splicing it really well. Every other scene happens, they go back and forth. So I hope they continue that path. I'm sure they will. But yeah, excellent, man. Of course, what are you gonna say? It's a great show. They love the mystery, what's going on, give you just enough to keep you dangling. So I'm excited to continue the season. I've heard this is probably one of the best seasons from what I've been reading, for whatever that's worth. So again, Apple Plus dropping its episode weekly on Friday, so very excited about that. That said, yeah, so that's it for the week. So there's some good stuff in there for sure. The next couple weeks, things pick up a little bit, particularly in a couple weeks. So next week, we got just jumping off with Netflix, a kind of a rebooting of the Little House on the Prairie. I don't remember when that show came out. I don't know what it is, but this is a little bit
70s,
different
I'm
than that.
mistaken. This is 70s.
I guess I'm thinking 70s. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
early 80s, but whatever. Michael Landon.
Way back when, right?
Way back. But yeah, so this one's kind of a Western-ish, based off a book. I think it's taking a different approach than the show did. On that with a family and who's out somewhere. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a great, the frontier, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Westward expansion, and so this was based on a book, but I can't remember the name of the. Is it Laura Ingalls? No. Yes.
That I can tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she chronicled their life story, right? And that was the basis of the show. And obviously, this reboot that's like 40 years later now. I hope it's not as sanitized. Obviously, shows in the 70s, they're
Well, it was different times.
you get a different era, right? So
wholesome time. That's
yes.
TV anyway. Yeah. But let's see. So I'm looking forward to it and all. I'm trying to find. Couldn't find the author. On the 9th on Peacock, we got the 5-star weekend. We got Jennifer Garner on this one, of course. I guess her husband recently died, and she's out somewhere with her friends and discover themselves and secrets. It was Laura Wilder, by the way, now.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I got that. Yeah. I knew Laura was right, but that last name, I think I was confusing with the actor. Maybe I think.
No, but yeah, we're probably right there. But yeah, so 5-star weekend. I think Chloe Sevigny's in this one as well. This is kind of a drama. Can't say I'm excited, but we'll give it a shot. I guess on Peacock. Back to Netflix on the 10th. Shipwrecked. It's a docu-film. I remember this some degree.
This is the one that the Italian ship that capsized or ran aground and
the cruise ship. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Or whatever the case is, and here we have actual footage and interviews with people who are inside the ship. So this looks interesting for sure. I'm sure it's a pretty scary thing when you're in the dining room. The whole thing. It kind of reminds me of the Poseidon Adventure.
Well, not to that extent.
Not to that extent, but
Poseidon was a rogue wave, and literally the ship went upside down.
Upside down, yeah. This one capsized, but still, you're inside the ship. That's messed up.
Well, yeah, because you're inside. You're trying to get out, and literally now everything's on its side, right? Water's coming in. It didn't sink, but it was obviously, that's not what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to stay upright.
Exactly. So look, it looks interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. MGM Plus.
Yes, new show.
The Westies. This one here is kind of a crime drama focusing on the Irish gang or whatever the case is, right? Something along those lines.
Yes, Beliso stars one of our favorite actors, the State Farm guys.
The farmer's guy.
Sorry, farmers. My bad. State Farm is the other guy. Sorry, wrong guy. My bad.
Of course, referring to J.K. Simmons.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So that actually looks pretty interesting.
I should have said the counterpart guy. He was great there. That was a great show, man.
May know more for the farmers guy.
Yeah.
On the 13th, this is the following week. We have Murder 101. This is on Prime. This, I guess, it's a series, but it's not. Or it's docu-series.
I think it's a docu-series, but I may be confusing with the name because there's some other shows that are called Murder something on Paramount and Netflix that have been so I'm not sure if this is a documentary or is this just a docudrama.
Yes, I guess this one's based off a podcast of I guess students and the teacher who were studying cases from way back, whatever the case is. So
it may be I guess dramatization of podcast episodes of certain crimes, right? And they're uncovering the mystery or their investigation. So that's what I expect.
That's what I'm thinking. Yes. On Apple, dropping on the 15th, we got Lucky. Anya Taylor-Joy, who stars in this one. She is on the run from some con artist or whatever the case is, or a thief, and now she's being chased by not only the FBI but the people she used to be involved in, trying to find safety. Kind of an action series. It's Apple Plus. Could be interesting.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and the 15th we got Ride or Die. This was kind of a comedy. A couple of friends. What's her face from Ted Lasso's in this one as well.
And Game of
Uh,
Thrones.
yeah, but yeah, so two women who are friends, and one of them discovers that the other was an assassin. I guess
Is
that's
this a
the whole.
movie or a series?
I believe it's a series. I
Okay.
believe, yeah. So yeah, so we'll see on that one again on the 15th. 16th on Netflix, dropping The Hawk. Will Ferrell coming to Netflix? At his point in his career, he has to go to Netflix now. He's doing the Adam Sandler role,
Dude, come on.
doing his best Happy Gilmore thing. Listen, we all know Will Ferrell, who doesn't. But this is actually a series, not a movie, Chewy. I'm talking
Okay.
about it's a series. He's pro golfer, past his prime, is trying to get back into one last run, if you will.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I saw a trailer. It looked like he had a chance, and it kind of a tin cup moment,
right, it's
right?
kind of
Sort
like a
of.
Tin Cup, or what's the
Yeah.
other show on Apple Plus with Wilson?
Oh, the one with Wilson,
Yeah,
or
I forget
Wilson.
I forget the name of that show now, but
Yeah.
yeah, but something along those lines. So yeah, so we'll see. So it's Will Ferrell. We'll give it a shot. Heartstopper and ending its fourth season run here in a film.
This is a movie.
It is a
It's
movie,
ending with
right?
the movie. Yes.
Yeah, ending with a movie, which that hasn't always succeeded. I didn't really get into the show. I know you were a fan of that kind of coming of
Yeah,
age
yeah.
love
Like I
story.
said, it was a very good show,
Yeah.
right? British show.
So they got three
Um,
seasons, and this
yeah, got three
movie.
seasons. Then I guess someone decided, okay, let's wrap it up with the movie. Yeah, that's fine, man.
Fine.
Give me a proper conclusion.
Yeah, at least, yeah. For the fans of the show, you are getting conclusion. So it's better
Yes.
than a cancellation, right? Any day of the week.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Of course. And then on Netflix on the 17th, we got the East Palace Korean show.
Hmm.
It's kind of a
Little international flavor.
flavor, nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of a supernatural elements. We got a guy
Yeah.
who gets he can
Now, I
fights.
usually don't put these on the list unless it really grabs me. Right? You see more than I have. You
Yeah, I've seen
like
a
some.
few. Yeah, there's some that
Alice in
really.
Wonderland, I think you like. I didn't get into. And
Yeah,
there's
there's a
one that came
few.
out called Ghost. I'm like,
Yeah,
whatever.
there's a
But
few that
this one
pop. There's a few that
captured me,
pop.
right? This was like the Kingdom, type of the zombie mixing a zombie genre with old
Yes.
style Korean
Yeah,
samurai era, and so that was like, oh, this is interesting. That was actually good.
that
I'm
was pretty cool.
surprised we haven't even seen another season of that, right? Or whatever happened to that.
The other one we liked that I liked a lot was the samurai. The last as a samurai with the I think it was a samurai one. They came out recently with the oh my god, it's not called the Last Samurai. I forget the name when it was. It's very recent, but either way, it neither here nor there. But they pop out very softly. This one here, I guess one of the guy is a guy who's investigating with someone who can see ghosts and he fights ghost spirits along those lines, some of that.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
like
it's cool,
that,
right?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, some of these are very hit or miss, but maybe this is a hit. And we'll give it a shot because the premise is interesting. I did notice that one a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
So again, slow first week, a little bit bigger second week. We're back in Sunday to talk about all these shows and hopefully be donning our Colombian jerseys.
I mean,
For
hopefully we'll be
a couple
talking
of
on Sunday about being in our first semifinal.
semi-final, right?
I
Exactly.
mean, that's best case scenario. I don't care against two that we're top four in the world and
That's what I'm
deserving.
saying.
So
You're saying there's a chance.
there's a
But yes,
chance.
there's a
We got
chance.
2 games to prove it.
This is easy a chance. So yeah, hopefully we're back here excited about that, or just hey, we were close and pride will be in there, of course. But all right, that's cool. We got that point. But yeah, we definitely want to be here on Sunday, hoping or looking forward to the semifinal game,
Yes. Yeah.
whoever and whenever that is. So that said, we're back in Sunday, celebrating and not talking about some of the shows that got released, what you should be watching. Hit the subscribe button. Check us out every Sundays. You always know what's on streaming because there's always something to catch. And of course, subscribe, like button, notification bell, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.